To follow that breaking news story right now, Dave, thank you.
Yeah, Cuthbert Langley on the scene of that fatal accident on Old Hickory Boulevard. Let's go straight to Cuthbert right now. Cuthbert, what's the latest there from the scene?
Steve, right now traffic is still a mess out here. Officers are continuing to investigate this, and while they investigate this accident, the eastbound side of OHB is completely shut down. You're not going anywhere. Let me show you what it looks like right here. You see the investigators, they're working to get their measurements. It looks like they're beginning to put some things up, so perhaps we're nearing the end of this. But as we continue to move down the road here, you see that officer manning the red lights there, trying to get traffic as flowing as possible. Here's the scene from earlier. We've got a close-up look at the pickup truck. You can see the massive amount of front-end damage done to that truck. This happened around 4:30 right here at the intersection of OHB and Rio Vista Drive. Police say the man was trying to cross the road right here when he was hit by this pickup truck. They took him to Skyline Hospital, but around 6 o'clock this morning, we learned that he died from his injuries. Officers here on scene tell me the driver is not facing any charges. It's a pickup truck, as you see, carrying a trailer behind it, and it was going up. The speed limit around here is 50 miles an hour. So if you can imagine just why that front end is so damaged there, the speed with which this guy was going was the speed limit, but it is 50 miles an hour. Obviously fast. It happened at 4:30. It was dark out here. So again, we do know that the man has died as a result of this accident. In fact, his tennis shoes were lying in the road up until the last little bit as police appear to be wrapping up the investigation. But until it is completely finished, you are not getting anywhere on the eastbound side of OHB. Traffic is backed up. We've seen folks trying to get around the scene, but if you see blue lights blocking the roads, do not go down them, because again, with these fatal investigations, everything's got to be completely shut down as they work to determine exactly what happened. We'll continue to closely follow the story as it develops all morning long, but for now, we're live here in Madison. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Cuthbert, thank you for the update happening right now. The Red Cross helping a family of 4 after a home went up in flames this morning. It happened in Goodlettsville on Door Drive. The fire, it appears, began in the back of the home. Luckily, everyone, even the pets, were not there at the time. That home sustained significant damage.
Just memories of our house and the hard work that we've put into this house, and now it's gone.
They had been renovating that home for some time. Now the house next door was also slightly damaged. The fire marshal is trying to find out just how that blaze began. Firefighters also called out this morning to a printing business after someone spotted smoke. It happened at the Ambrose Printing Company around 2 o'clock this morning, about 5 hours ago. Damage was minor. No one was hurt. We have a call in for more details, and as soon as they come in, we'll pass them on.
Also new this morning, 3 people are behind bars accused of murdering a Canadian tourist in town for the Kentucky Derby in Louisville. The Kentucky New Era reports Tyrone Thomas Jr., Fatima Abdou-Diab, and Fayed Abdou-Diab all played a role in the death. Investigators say the tourist was shot while fighting the suspects off as these 3 tried to rob him. Each is charged with murder and a dozen counts of armed robbery. Also new this morning, a father is behind bars after being caught dealing drugs out of his child's diaper bag. Jeffrey Abernathy was pulled over last night in the parking lot of the Jack in the Box off Hampton Street after officers observed what looked like a drug deal. Abernathy's young child was in the car. More than 400 grams of marijuana was found in the child's diaper bag. Abernathy is charged with child endangerment.
Last night in Rutherford County, a pregnant woman had to be taken to the hospital after a serious crash. It happened on Highway 41 near Hoover's Gap Road in Christiana. The woman and her passenger veered off the roadway. The car crashed down an embankment, went through a creek, and landed in a field. Talk about a wild ride. That driver, 7 months pregnant. She went to the hospital as a precaution. She did not have a license. It had been revoked, and she didn't have insurance, the police tell us, so charges are now pending. A nasty crash on I-65 Friday caused by a chain reaction, and now the driver of the SUV that was involved is talking about that crash. It was so amazing, it took his wife by surprise. Take a look at this.
I thought there was no way anybody could have walked away from that, but he did, and he's okay.
He is okay, and he's very fortunate. David Grimes was driving that Honda CR-V that looks like it's nose dived into the pavement there. He was hit by a tractor trailer from behind, and then the car somehow becomes sandwiched between 2 trucks facing down into the ground. He's hanging upside down. Luckily, he didn't even have a bad cut, only some scratches from the airbags that deployed.
Had one of the ambulance driver, he said, listen, I've been doing this over 30 years. I've never seen a car look like that, and you know, anyone be able to just walk out like that.
Now, Grimes is a sales rep. He was back on the road selling on his regular job yesterday, 3 days after the crash.
Wow. Lucky folks. This morning, we're still waiting to learn what caused a deadly small plane crash in Lincoln County. The victim in that crash is identified as Linda Bowman, also the pilot. The FAA says the Cessna 182 actually crashed on Sunday afternoon, but no one discovered the wreckage until yesterday. Of course, Sky 5 flew over the scene. It appears the plane may have been flying low, hit some trees, snapped in half, and then landed there in the pond. However, the cause of the crash is still under investigation.
This morning, a Metro police officer is starting his first day of being decommissioned, all while authorities investigate a video that shows the officer in a verbal confrontation that's gone viral. Now, it didn't end. It ended that way. Here's how it started. A 911 call coming in from Antioch.
What's the address of your emergency?
Well, we're here at Casa Fiesta. Man is playing AK-47 and a handgun.
Officer Brian Birch responded to that phone call. He stopped a vehicle along Bella Road underneath the I-24 overpass that matched the caller's description of the car. What happened next, the words used, is what Officer Birch is on desk duty because of. He says, I'm going to shoot you in the blank face. Open it. And then he gets ready. Now, because of the inappropriate language used, Officer Birch has been decommissioned. The driver, Walter Fisher, did have the weapons in the car. He did comply with the officers. He was detained without incident. The officers found 2 firearms, both licensed to Fisher, in the car. No charges have been filed.